Hey people, so in the last video, I showed a couple different ways of color matching the images that we composite, just to match their color and make it look a little bit more realistic. So we did that one with the average blur filter and a clipping mask and blend mode, linear light. You can also do it with just a color balance adjustment and make that into a clipping mask like I did here with my tiger. So that was all in the last video. But the next step that we can take to make these composites look a little bit more realistic is by layering parts of the background in front of the things that we're sticking into our landscape or the parts that we're compositing. So here I did a tree and a little bit of this moss and ground in front of my polar bears. And then I did a tree trunk or two tree trunks in front of my tiger. So you can kind of see what they look like if I turn this off. Here are that's the tiger, right? And these are the polar bears. And I basically like just copied these trees from the background, and I moved those copies. I pasted them onto their own layers, and I just moved them above everything else in the layers palette. So let me kind of show you how this works. I'm just going to select that stuff and delete it. And so these are, my subjects with their color matching clipping masks. And the idea is to get let's start with the tiger, this tree, and maybe even this tree to appear in front of the tiger. So what I do is just turn off the tiger layer for a second and select the background. You need to be on the background because that's what you're copying from. We just go to the lasso tool. Where is it? Somewhere up top. Here we go. Lasso tool. And I'm basically just carefully drawing a selection in about the area that I want in front of my subject, my composite subject, right? And if you're like adding to it, you hold down Shift and you see this little thing up here changes. You can add to it. So it is important to make like a nice selection. Zoom in if you need to. It's fine to do so. But yeah, you only need to do the part that would be in front of the subject. I wouldn't do like the entire tree. I would only do like the tree trunk. So anyways, I selected it, and then it's just edit, copy, edit, paste, and now you can see here it is. It's pasted on its own layer, but the layer is like pretty low. So I'm gonna move that layer like just all the way up above all of my adjustments and my subjects, all the way to the top of the layers palette. And now I can turn back on the tiger, and you can see this tree is now in front of this tiger. Do you want to go like a step further and maybe get this tree trunk, or do the same thing? I'll just let's see, turn off the tiger for a second, make sure I'm on that background, and let's draw another little selection. All right, and same thing. I'm just gonna edit, copy, edit, paste to its new layer. Right, you can't see it, but there it is. And I'm just gonna move that up in the layers palette, and I have two of these things. So if they're part of the same one, you can always merge the layers, just Command E or layer merge down. Right, so now they're both on the same layer, and there's my tiger behind my two trees. Let me put that on top of where your background in, and it looks more convincing. So let's do it quick with my polar bears right here. I'm going to turn off the polar bears for a second, go back to the forest layer, and lasso select this tree. I might even grab this little rock down here. All right, that should be good. And edit, copy, edit, paste. It's on its own layer. You can turn the bears back on, and just be careful. You don't want to just like move it right above the bears, because then that clipping mask with the average or your color adjustment is going to clip to the part of the background. You don't want that. So me just move them all the way up. You can even like name them. Cover up tree trunk or rock, whatever you're gonna do. Tree trunk. Okay. That's basically it. I mean, it looks a ton better than that. I mean, that looks really obvious that it doesn't belong. This is almost convincing. So again, these are little steps to go towards making believable composites. So I got another one. So again, I got my two subjects in here. Got their color matching. We did that. I might have to like edit transform to kind of shrink these down a little bit and place them. Get this one, edit transform. Yeah, so let me see if I can stick this tiger behind this tree. I need to like rotate them now. I'm not sure. We'll see how this goes. Let's turn them off for a second and zoom in on this tree. And again, I'm on my background layer, not this one, this one. That's selected, and I'm just using the lasso tool to select the part that I want in front of my subject. And if you make any little mistakes, you know, fix them. You can hold down Shift to add to a selection, and I believe it's Alt or Option to remove from a selection. All right. So that's my selection. I'm just going to Command C, Command V, and there it is, pasted on its own layer. Move the layer up, all the way up in the layers palette, and then see, can I turn him back on? So he's a little bit big, and my selection's a little bit small. And you know, I've been accidentally selecting this clipping mask, so I'm just going to lock that so I don't touch it by accident. And let's try to transform him again and position him maybe further back. So it definitely looks a little bit more believable. Let's do this bear next. Let's see, where's the bear? Turn. Oh, there he is. That's tiger. Or wait, that's part of the tree. All right, bear right here. Turn them off. Go back to your background layer, and I'm just going to lasso select. So you can do this with things like trees, rocks, even like a little bit of ground and dirt. If it's underwater, you can do bubbles. And again, it's just like a little bit of the background composited on top, makes it look more believable that your subject belongs. So again, I select it, copy, paste, it's on its own layer, move that layer up, right? And let's see, there's the bear. Probably have to make him smaller too. Or I have to add to my selections. Let's try that. Sometimes it takes a little bit of adjustments. So where is it? Okay. All right. On my background layer, lasso tool, L is for lasso. Make this selection a little bit bigger. Oh, I think I got too much. So hold down Option to remove from selection and ignore telemarketers. Yeah, okay, that doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna Command C, Command V, and now I have it its own layer. And let's see, if you turn these all off, this one and this one go together, I can just merge them down. Layer, merge down, now they're all on one. Okay, now let's see the bear. the background. And yeah, we might have to quick transform the bear and position him a little bit further back. It's rotated kind of funny. And that's basically it. Again, it just makes it a ton more believable that these animals or your subjects are actually within your landscape if there's something in front of them. Hope that helps.